Hi, I'm so happy to see you today. Well, it's very, very exciting what we're going to be doing. We are here in the kitchen going to teach you how to make the perfect cup of coffee. I know, you think you know how to make the perfect cup of coffee, but till you watch this video, you really don't. That's completely not true. But no, seriously, I am going to teach you how to make a delicious pot of coffee so that every single day of your life. Hey, Zachariah, what's going on? I'm here with my dog, Zachariah. Today, we are going to teach you how to make a perfect cup of coffee. Yes, we are. Isn't that true, Zachariah? He's my dog. We call him the meat ship. You know why we call him the meat ship? We call him the meat ship because this dog, he weighs 100 pounds and he knows what to do with steak. like, like what dog doesn't know how to deal with steak? Today, though, we're going to go over how to make the perfect cup of coffee. And to do that, we're going to need a pot. We're going to need a French press. We're going to need water. Yes, believe it or not, the most important part of making coffee is your water. So my recommendation, if you take it, if you want to have a perfect cup of coffee every time, is you filter your water. We have a filter right over here by our sink. It just hooks up to our tap. So all of our water comes out and we get it filtered. But you can, go to the store and they sell different filtered types of things where you can pour water into and you'll get your filtered water. I really don't recommend bottled water. Well, there's the whole deal with microplastics and so forth, but it is expensive. And what I'm suggesting is just a little bit more affordable. But the funny thing about microplastics is here I am. I go ahead and I put all of my carefully filtered water. What do I put it into? A plastic container. So ridiculous. But getting onwards and forwards, you're going to need one of these. This is this is from Krups. No sponsor. I have no sponsors. I want sponsors, please. No, I don't want sponsors. People hate sponsors. And I like to drink 8 o'clock, the original blend. But you should get what you like. Everybody has different tastes. But I really do like this. And also, they're not sponsors. Please sponsor me. I'm making a whole thing on coffee. Anyways, so the important thing that we need to do is we're going to heat up our coffee. Our coffee. We're going to heat up our water to make our coffee. And it's very, very simple. We're just going to pour it into a bowl. And then we're going to put it up to boil. And after it boils, we're going to come back and we're going to do our magic. But before we do our magic, I'm going to teach you how we prepare our coffee beans. Yes, I said it. I said coffee beans. All right, first of all, people use the Krups cups, and they're fine, they're very, very convenient. It's just incredibly expensive and it doesn't taste that great. So what's happening is you're paying a premium for coffee that's only mediocre when you could be paying far less for coffee that is exceptional. Hold on a minute, let me put this on. I have to put this on. You need to have boiling water in order to make coffee. I know, crazy, right? All right. Anyways, the next part is how we go ahead and prepare our coffee beans. All right. And now I have this this grinder here. All right. This is a coffee grinder actually used to grind coffee. I know people have used these coffee grinders for other things, but that's for it's early in the morning. That's for after 5 in the afternoon. We'll talk about that type of different grinder altogether. Anyways, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, never mind. All right, so here's our coffee beans. Oh, that smells good. Oh, that just wakes you up right then and there. Ooh. I got to tell you, I have been drinking coffee since I was maybe 3.5 years old. I know it sounds crazy. My parents, let's not go there, but nonetheless, I remember distinctively we were at the Pancake House. I guess, I hope most of you, know what the Pancake House is. What a great place that was. And we were eating pancakes, and I was having a nice little breakfast with my parents. I was like 3.5 years old, and they're drinking their coffee, and my father's just like, oh, you want some of this? I was just like, okay. And my mother's just like, make sure to mix it with his milk. And so they did, and it was delicious. I loved it. It was great. And I've been hooked on coffee ever since I've been 3.5 years old. What a thing. My parents got me hooked into drugs. I was hooked into, but it's all natural. Not only is it all natural, but it's healthy for you. Yeah, there's been this brand new science. Oh yeah, by the way, see, this is a scoop. You need 5 of these. You put exactly 5 scoops, no more, no less. 5 scoops. 1, let me count this. If I don't count this, I'm going to lose track of what I'm doing. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we were perfect. Oh my God, my coffee making got interrupted by my story, which I interrupted by my coffee making. Where did I end up? I don't know. I do know. I know where I ended up. I ended up talking about my parents, who are just, oh my God. So anyways, I had coffee for the first time. I drank it with plenty of milk, and I had sugar, and I fell in love, and I've been addicted ever since. And so it's interesting. We talk about this, like, is caffeine addictive? Is this a bad thing to promote? I mean, it is all natural, but what does all natural really mean anyways? I mean, after all, I am taking seeds, I'm grinding them up, I'm doing some sort of preparation where I have to add hot water and filtration, and it sounds like an awful lot of chemistry to me. And I guess it is an awful lot of chemistry, but we consider it all natural and completely safe and fine and healthy and something to promote. And it is, you know, there's this recent article that came out that said you should have like over 300 milligrams of caffeine a day. And I'm just like, woohoo, I'm safe. My new health drink, coffee. Who knew? Excuse me, all right. So what I'm doing right now, if you don't know, is I'm plugging in the coffee grinder. I know this is ridiculous. I should have thought this out better with my framing. But I'm here by myself, and you'll have to watch me do it like this because it doesn't really reach that far. So I'm going to lean over. Ready? Hold your ears. Oh, where's my microphone? Hold your microphone. Oh yeah, speaking of microphone, this is the funniest thing. So I'm using the Rhodes microphone right now, but I recently got a different microphone, and the reason why is because this Rhodes microphone broke. It just wouldn't work. So the minute that the other microphone arrived, the DJ something or another, I don't know what it's called, but I haven't used it yet. I'm going to use it. We'll see if it works. This one started working like as if it was magic. It's like the craziest thing. It's just like, I know it's going to rain today because we're filling the pool up with water. So they're going to be torrential downpours because we're filling. So everybody in Central Florida, if it rains today, you can thank me. Anyways, so what do we do at this juncture? We dump our coffee. Oh my God. That's not the coffee being ready. I know that's loud. You know what that is? It's so funny. I just mentioned it. My wife, who left me alone, which is a miracle because my wife does not trust me by myself. In fact, I'm making this video without her, and I'm actually going to upload it without her knowing it, and I'm probably going to get in trouble. But that was a reminder for me to turn off the water outside because we're filling our pool. And I know, the rest of America's in a deep freeze. Listen, when the time comes, in about 2 months from now, when you're experiencing, it's beeping. Let me wait a few seconds. I know, here, let me press done. Okay, all right. Wait, let me make sure, all right, here, I'm back. All right. So here, listen to me. I'm completely serious about this. Right now, we're experiencing gorgeous weather. I mean, the door's open, the dogs are outside, I'm going in and out. It's just absolutely magnificent. And I'm really, really enjoying this weather. And it's great, no doubt. But in about 2 months from now, 2 months, that's all it takes. It's going to be about 10 degrees hotter than hell, and humidity is going to be about 250 billion%. So when I am sweating my gazunkas off, and I already went through the fact that we're not going to talk about what my gazunkas are. Keep that private. So as I'm sweating them off, whatever they are, whatever I have left, you know, at this age. You know what's funny? So I may have a lot more than children that are 1/3 my age, or 2/3 my age, I should say, that are in their 20s. Yeah, no wonder. Hey, I'm a stud. I never thought at age 60 I'd be saying I'm a stud. I'm anything but a stud. Man, I can't even keep up with my wife. My poor wife, she deserves so much better than this. What am I ever going to do? I'm going to try my best to make that woman happy because she's a delightful lady. Hopefully I won't get myself canceled as a result of this video. All right, anyways, we have the process. Water has to be good water. You know the interesting thing about good water? It doesn't only make good coffee. It turns out that the reason why the bagels in New York are so delicious is because of the water. Isn't that crazy that New York City actually has great water? It's unbelievable, but it's true. So that's why the bagels in New York are just so much better than anywhere else. Yeah, I don't know where they make better bagels. I've never been anywhere else in the world where I've had a bagel, but all throughout the continental United States, I assure you that New York holds the title for where to get the best bagel. Anyways, but it's all because of their water. I get sidetracked. So good coffee starts with premium filtered water. Then you have to get the beans, measure out exactly 5 scoops, grind it, put it into your French press, and wait for the water to boil. Now, while the water's boiling, I gotta go and turn off the pool because I'm here in Central Florida. Ha ha! We already went through that. It's no ha ha. It's just, let me enjoy these few moments of niceness while in 2 months from now, you're going to enjoy your moments of niceness. And then it's going to get too hot. And then we're all going to be in the sweats together. And then it'll get to be nice for you. It'll be okay for us. And then it's going to get cold for you. And it'll be great for us. Like the cycle always goes. So it's all a matter of, you know, what you're accustomed to and, you know, what you like and so forth. I miss New York. I won't lie. There's a lot. Although, there's a lot of things in New York I do not miss, and maybe I should do a video on what I miss and what I don't miss about New York and what I like and what I don't like about Florida, because there's a lot to like and there's a lot to dislike. So very few people speak honestly about these types of things. Anyways, I'll be right back. I know you don't know this, but I'm back. I just went outside and filled up my, well, the pool is filling with water, and my wife put on an alarm for, she set it so that she left me alone. She trusts me. Big mistake. And here I am. I'm taking advantage of that and making a video on how to make coffee. Oh my God, my wife, she doesn't love me anymore. She always makes me coffee, and now I'm making it for myself. No, she made me coffee already. This is my 2nd cup. All right. Oh yeah, and by the way, this makes 2 cups. It's just that my daughter had a cup with me, so she drank my cup. No, she didn't. She drank a cup, and now I get to make fresh for you. I'm having a cup, and I'm sharing a cup of the best coffee on earth with my YouTube friends. So glad to be having this time with you. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Oh boy. Let me, this is boiling water. It's very, very hot. So my suggestion is keep your hands away. Don't touch hot water. Yeah. All right. So here, the process of making coffee. It starts with freshly filtered water. Here goes. Oh my God. I am pouring it without spilling it. You know what that demonstrates? It demonstrates that I've been yelled at numerous times, but never, believe it or not, by my wife. My wife is so wonderful. She never yells at me. That's because she knows that I had a terrible childhood that was punctuated by horrific abuse, physical and emotional and so forth. And right now, all my wife tries to do is make me feel good and happy inside. She's a wonderful lady. I don't have enough good things to say. I talk about her a lot, don't I? It's because I'm thinking about her. And she just arrived home. I didn't say that. Oh, so this is what you do. I've now poured the water and we're getting ready to do the plunge, but you don't do the total plunge. What you do is you put the plunger in to your press, and you press it only partially down, just a little ways, enough to push the coffee so that it can stay in the nice, hot, warm water. It needs to do this for about 4.5 minutes. So while we're waiting, I might as well take this time to talk to you about what does stuff mean to be natural? Did you ever wonder what natural really means? I mean, what is really natural? Like when you think about it, is bread really natural? I mean, think about all the stuff you do to make bread. All these different ingredients, flour, water, yeast, egg, you mix it up, you turn it, you put it, you rise it, you pat it down, you do all this stuff, you heat it, you cook it, you melt it, all this stuff to make bread, which is delicious, I have to admit. I wish I could eat bread. I have celiac disease. And yes, they make gluten-free bread, but I have to tell you that bread with traditional wheat is so yummy. You know what I really miss? A big, thick Italian hero. They have this place, I see it on YouTube all the time, called Talercio's. This guy it's obviously from New York, this place, because he has the New York accent, the whole bit. He's Italian. It's fantastic. He makes these subs. I want one. I want to go. I want to eat one, but I can't because, well, I have celiac disease. I'll tell you what. Hey, at Talercio's, if you're listening to me, make a gluten-free sub and I will come from Central Florida to New York just to have your sandwich. That's how good they look. I swear to God, they look delicious. If only they can make a gluten-free bagel. Oh my God, what I miss. Anyways, so the question is what's natural exactly? What does natural mean? Because like that process seems like a lot of chemistry. That seems like anything but natural, and the things that we say are not natural, that are unnatural, that are drugs, like are growing out of the ground and that you literally pick them. I'm not talking about magic mushrooms. No, I would never talk about magic psilocybin that gets rid of depression. No, they have a lot of things. And it's really interesting to know what natural means, what's actually healthy, what's actually not healthy. I'll tell you what, I'll give you an example. We're going to talk about exercise. Oh, I love the exercise industry. What a scamola. All right, here's the thing. There's nothing more unhealthy than being healthy. No. You don't understand what I'm talking about. It is such a scam. It is such a scam. Because listen, there are tons and tons of studies that demonstrate that moderate amounts of exercise decrease all-cause mortality. It's just a simple fact. However, there's a big difference between moderate exercise and becoming a workout zealot, taking it to the extreme. Humans do this all the time. This is what we do as a species. A little bit is good, more is better, so we must have gigantic amounts. It's just like it's greed. Like greed is good. Like Wolf of Wall Street, type stuff. But no, at some point in time, the right amount is perfect, but too much is unhealthy for you. And yet, in order to sell a certain lifestyle, these influencers are having to do things in order to make their bodies appear a certain way. And in making their bodies appear that way, they're no longer healthy. They're no longer doing healthy things. There are influencers that I see that I actually like their message very much, but I look at their physique and I look at their body and I know that they're not just on, testosterone replacement therapy. They're abusing testosterone And they're coming out and saying that they're not. In some cases, they're even showing blood work. But I can tell you that it does not take a long amount of time to be able to take whatever substance you're using, change the dosage, bring your blood chemistries back under control, go out, get your blood test, come back, start doing all your trenbolone or testosterone and all that other stuff that you're doing to make yourself look a certain way in order to sell a certain lifestyle, in order to sell your health products. You know, like one guy has this stuff, he calls it Turk Builder, you know, and he seems like a really decent, good dude. But it's also pretty clear that, you know, this is an industry where these people are selling stuff. And I don't know if the stuff they're selling is good for you or not. I just don't know. And it's impossible for me to tell. So I can't recommend certain health foods, health care, or other things. All I can do is I can talk about the underlying ingredients and how they affect you on a metabolic, molecular, on a scientific level. That's the only way I can discuss them in some reasonable fashion. And unfortunately, when you do, what you wind up finding out is that the meaning of the word scientifically significant is different than what most people consider significant. And so if you were to look at a guy like me, you know, I'm a nothing. I don't look like I'm like super athletic or that I know tons of stuff about fitness and stuff of this sort. Like, what would a guy like me know? Look, I'm so average and ordinary looking. I don't have gazundoid muscles. I'm also old, but I mean, I actually know a lot about health and fitness. And my daughter, who's amazing, she should be a fitness influencer. You'd never listen to her. Why? Well, because she doesn't have these exaggerated, you know, unrealistic, you know, distorted bodies that are being promoted. And it's unhealthy. You know, we talk about body image. You shouldn't be fat. You shouldn't be out of shape. You should be in shape. However, a large percentage of our population are dealing with problems due to obesity, not as a result of anything that they're doing. First of all, a lot of the processed foods that we're eating are highly addictive. So there's that component, all right? But there's another component, assuming that all you're doing is watching what you're eating and eating whole foods and things of this sort. There's been things that have been added to the foods that are altering our metabolic pathways. And I cannot stress enough how unhealthy. I mean, we look towards our government to make sure that, you know, whether it's big pharma or it's agriculture, that we're doing what's best for our citizens. And, you know, I gotta say that we're tearing each other apart when we all have the same concerns. I wish we weren't doing that. Anyways, 4.5 minutes. I'll come back. I'll see you when we do the plunge. All right, you see? This is my wife. I want everybody to see this. This person, she's a real woman. This is what a real woman looks like. Isn't she beautiful? Aren't real women fantastic? What does everybody have against real women? Judy?
I don't know.
Did you teach me how to make coffee?
I did.
Do you make me coffee every morning because you love me?
I make you coffee every morning.
Why am I making coffee now?
Because you like it so much, you wanted everybody to know how good it tastes, and maybe they could do it themselves.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love you, honey.
I love you.
Isn't she special? How lucky am I to have a wife like this? And she's a real woman. What do you want me to tell you? She's real. She's not fake. She's real. It's wonderful. And I love it. Okay, you ready to do the plunge or should I do the plunge?
You do the plunge.
Okay.
All right.
How did that go down so quick?
I don't know.
Did I do it wrong?
Nope.
I put in 5.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. How come with you it's so hard?
It depends on the thing on the bottom.
Oh.
Sometimes if it's looser, then it's easier to put down. If it's tighter, then it's harder to put down.
Okay.
It must be loose from the cleaning.
Okay. I was wondering, it goes,
Yeah, yeah.
all right. All right, so this is how you do it. All right, so we're going to pour me a cup of coffee. All right, wait, stay right there, Judy. You stay on screen because you're beautiful. All right? Now, I want people to see some stuff, all right? And I want them to see some stuff, all right? Look at this. This, I wonder if you can see this. It's only going to focus. Ah, there we go. You see what this is? This is Mel Mel. And I drew this myself because I went to school for visual art as an old person. And I got a degree in visual art. That's how I know how to use a camera. But you know, speaking of like visual art and things of the past, like you can see how like everybody's just like, AI, it's taking away my job, right, Judy?
Yeah.
Right? But think about it. A long time ago, people always used to draw. There was no photography. So did like photography take away the jobs of all the artists? I don't think so. No, because it takes a lot of skill to draw. And not only that, but when you draw, whatever you draw, if it's a skilled artist, it's going to come out exactly the way the artist wants it. You're not going to have to worry about it being overly realistic and then being aesthetically unpleasant. Like, for example, if somebody has a pimple, the artist isn't going to
Draw a pimple.
draw a pimple. No. See, there's no need for Photoshop. But you can see how the artists were like, at one point in time, they must have been like, oh, that photography, it's just technological bull honky.
Yeah, probably.
And like, it's going to destroy our jobs and our livelihood and everything else. I don't know, maybe it did. But I'll tell you what, like somebody like our daughter Paige, she's so talented that I could never ever compete with somebody like that. But the photography serves a different purpose. It can be for documentary purpose as it is for doing things like landscape photography. And portraiture is kind of like an in-between between documentarian and art in some ways. And it gives you a more realistic view. It's just that how that blends together with AI and what people, like right now, we're beginning to see something which I think is actually quite healthy, which is a rebellion against AI slop.
Yeah.
You think that's good?
That's very good.
It's very good
There's
because
a lot of AI slop out there.
And what people don't realize is that in the same way that when it generates slop not only visually, but even when we want it to engage in doing things like writing prose or helping us write other types of documents, they have significant issues. We have to really read through things very, very carefully because the AI gets it wrong, quite truthfully, an awful lot. But now people are depending upon this to write software. And people have no idea how the software works. And as a result, there's no oversight. So we could be implanting like terrible things within the apps that are being constructed by AI.
And we wouldn't even know it.
We wouldn't know it. You know, that's what's scary to me about AI. Here, hold on 1 minute. I'm getting out my sugar. How much sugar do I take, sweetheart?
4.
I take 4. Okay, so remember I told you earlier on in this video, maybe I didn't, but I like my sugar like I like my women. Light and sweet. Obviously, my wife is Caucasian with blonde hair. And how many did I do so far?
I think that's probably enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't do heaping spoons.
All right. My wife tells me she doesn't do heaping spoons, and I'm a heaper. All right, here we go. Hey, honey, I wanted to ask you a question. You know Tony and Chelsea Northrup, which I used to listen to all the time, and I stopped because they just like sold gear, and I already have gear, so I didn't really need to listen to them. And then now I find out that they're split up, but they're not split up.
Right.
How like they have the YouTube channel, and they just like haven't come clean to everybody. And like some people on YouTube say, give them their privacy, give them their privacy. And then other people are just like, nah, come out and talk about it. What do you think's right? Considering that they made a whole entire YouTube channel predominantly or originally based upon their relationship,
Yeah.
do you think that they have some obligation to their to their audience to at least say that, you know, things didn't go as well as we would have liked, and, you know, the money wasn't there, and, you know,
I actually,
Tony had an affair or whatever, you know? I don't know if he did or he didn't. I doubt it. He's not that handsome. Oh, don't tell him I said that.
my opinion is that I think they should tell their audience. They don't have to go into details, but I think they should have some kind of explanation, because they did do videos together for a long time, and they were a couple that people, you know,
Liked.
enjoyed, and now they split up. And you know, when you're in the public domain, you know, when you put yourself out there, you put yourself out there, and I think that they should probably tell their viewers, and their viewers would probably appreciate that.
You know something, Judy? Once again, the coffee came out delicious. But you know something? I have to tell you the truth.
What?
It doesn't taste as good as it normally does. It's true.
Really?
Yeah. It's missing a very special ingredient.
What?
Your love.
Oh, all right.
All right, everybody. Thank you for sparing your time and how to make coffee. Now that we've made coffee together, we can have coffee time together. And we might decide to do that going forward, because you may find these types of informal conversations more interesting than my formal ones on why it is that two sperm can't impregnate one egg at the same time. So do me a favor, leave a comment below. Let me know if you like this format. Let me know if you want to know about how it is that two sperm can't impregnate one egg at the same time. Let me know if that type of stuff is interesting to you. And by all means, please consider about subscribing, because I did teach you how to make a perfect cup of coffee. That's reason enough to subscribe. So please think about subscribing, and hopefully in the future, my wife will come back on screen, because look at how pretty she is. For that reason alone, and she's real. Because I was thinking, honestly, about replacing me with an AI woman. But I can't do it. I just can't do it. This isn't Mr. Titanium, i.e. Richard Wagner show. And remember, I'm Mr. Titanium because of my 15 back surgeries. All right, not because I'm made of titanium. Well, my back is, but anyways, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.